We are kicking YA fiction old school, yo. I can't pull that off, can I?
Yo, VIP.
Hi, guys. Okay, I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm a little bit older than some of you. In fact, see all that? Yeah, gray. I let it grow up because I was in the show, but I'm definitely scheduling a hair appointment soon. But yeah, I am. Okay, it's just like a band-aid. I'm going to pull it off quick. I am 31. I will be 32 in August. So, yeah, in fact, when I graduated from high school and actually was a young adult, most of you weren't even born. Oh. Anyway, so since I've sort of delved into the young adult fiction world again, I thought it would be sort of fun to show you guys the young adult fiction that I used to read when I was a young adult. So basically, we're talking about the early to mid 90s, which was sort of a transitional period because we had sort of just left the 80s, so we were still all about sort of luxury and sort of flashy stuff, but we were also moving into the grunge era. So there was also some more deep, heartfelt fiction going on there. Okay, so let's get started. The first book I want to show you is Sunset Island by Sherry Bennett. And this is actually the first book in a series. I think there were like over 30 of these in total. I was obsessed with this series. I read all of them. Basically, this is a story about three girls. Their names are Emma, Samantha, who's called Sam, and Carrie. And Emma is the rich girl who just wants to leave her life of luxury and be normal. Then there's Carrie, who is sort of a brain. She's a little bit innocent, and she just kind of wants to break out of that. And then there's Sam, who is wild and crazy and fun, and the other girls sort of rein her in. And this is basically the story of them becoming au pairs on a place called Sunset Island, where they go every summer and babysit for wealthy families in this town. And anyway, it's a really fun series. I mean, they do sort of have books that are sort of topical. So there's a book about one of their friends getting AIDS. There's a book about losing your virginity for the first time. There's a book about drinking, that kind of stuff. So sort of after school special wrapped up in a fun beach book. So yeah, as I said, there are like 30 of these, and I was obsessed with them. Sunset Island rocks. Next we have Slow Dance by Diane Ho, and this is just a cute, fun beach read. I love these covers. You can totally tell that this was a 90s cover. This is basically about a whole bunch of people. They used to do these like monster collaborations, like Caroline Cooney did a whole bunch of things like Last Dance and Last Summer and all this, where they basically follow the stories of like 5 different people who are all going through something. And this is sort of the beach summer version of that. It's about a bunch of characters who are all at this resort, and everybody's there for different reasons. Some people are working at the resort, some people are playing at the resort. But anyway, it's just about all of their romantic shenanigans, and it's really cute. I mean, it's just a thin little book, but I liked it back in the day. The next two are also by the same author. This is A Summer in Paris by Cynthia Blair, and also Going Solo by Cynthia Blair. And these are really fun. Both of these follow 3 girls each, different girls. One is about 3 girls who go to a music camp. And again, you know, all different girls going through all different problems and issues, but all of them, you know, fall in love in some way. Same thing with this. This is about 3 girls who all go to Paris for the summer as part of an exchange program. And again, all three fall in love and, you know, sort of come into their own by the end of the book. But yeah, these were really fun, and again, I really liked these. Next, we have My Cheating Heart by Anne Steinke. And this one is, oh my God, I thought this one was so sexy when I was little. I mean, there's nothing really inappropriate in it as far as that kind of stuff is going, but it just, the build up to when they finally kiss and all of that, I just thought, oh my God, this is just the best thing I've ever read. Anyway, this is a story about two girls named Teresa and Krista, and they start dating these two boys, and the couples form a band together, but part of the problem is that the girls are with their boys because they sort of were the same type. So, for example, Teresa is she's Chicano, and the boy that she ends up dating is also Chicano, and Krista is dating a blonde guy because she's also a blonde. But the problem is that Krista and Lou, the Chicano guy, actually really like each other, and Krista and Scott, the blonde guy, are not really hitting it off. So you have Krista and Lou, who are falling in love and trying not to hurt their friends. So anyway, yeah, very, very scandalous. But don't you love these covers? I mean, this was before they really did covers as covers should be done for young adult fiction. But anyway, so yes, you should check this one out. I actually really, really loved this one when I was young. The next two are probably going to look familiar to you, at least probably. This was the Sweet Valley High series Francine Pascal was the creator, but there are actually several ghostwriters. I was particularly addicted to the Superstar series of the Sweet Valley High books and the Super Editions. I picked every single one of the Super Editions and the Superstar ones. The rest of them were okay, but I don't know. I like these better. But yeah, so I think this is pretty indicative of the 90s. These are particular staples of the 90s. Okay, this one is called Cinderella Summer by Elizabeth Denard, but actually, I don't know if you can see that part. It says A Changes Romance at the top. This was actually a book. All of the books under this series, they were all standalone novels. None of them had continuing characters, but all of the authors who were involved all wrote under this series. So this one was one of my favorites, and there was also one called My Phantom Love. I don't remember the author, but anyway, that I really loved too. This one is about a girl who goes to Seattle to visit her dad. Her parents are divorced, and she hasn't seen her dad much since she was little, and he's sort of made a lot of money. He's remarried. He has two stepdaughters, and they are snobs of the highest order, and so when she first gets there, she's not welcomed very well, and it's sort of how she adjusts, and everything works out okay. But yeah, I loved this book. And like I said, there I don't know how many were in the series, but there were a pretty good number of them. Oh, and there was another one I really loved called My Sister's Boyfriend that I loved. So yeah, A Changes Romance, loved these. Okay, so most of the books that I've shown you have been of the lighter romantic persuasion, and the next two books are going to be a little edgier. I don't know if edgy is the right word, but something like that. The first book is Silver by Norma Fox Mazer, and yeah, I loved this book growing up. It's an ALA Best Book for Young Adults. There you go. Norma Fox Mazer did a lot of young adult fiction when I was growing up, and hers were, a little darker, a little more realistic. She sort of dealt with real issues, and this particular one is about a girl who lives in a trailer park with her single mom, and she ends up going to a high school where there are a lot of rich kids, and she gets to be sort of friends with the rich girl crowd, and basically finds out that just because you have money doesn't mean you're happy, and they have problems too. And so anyway, yeah, I loved this book growing up. And then the last book was actually my very favorite YA book when I was growing up. You know how you guys talk about the sort of YA crushes that you have on your favorite YA books. So this guy was mine. This is Spencer, and I loved him so much. I thought he was the hottest guy, and he was this brooding, sweet, thoughtful guy who loved poetry. And anyway, oh my God, Spencer. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and read the back of this one, just cause. So this is, I'm sorry, the title is called "The Wind Blows Backwards" by Mary Downing Hahn. And so Lauren and Spencer were best friends in junior high, but good-looking Spencer quickly becomes a popular jock in high school with no time for quiet, bookish Lauren. Now they're in senior year, and suddenly Spencer is back in her life, sharing his fears and feelings and his deepest secrets. But it isn't long before Lauren realizes that the boy she has fallen in love with is haunted by dark moods and reckless passions, and he is counting on her to help him survive. So yeah, this is sort of the ultimate romantic angsty book, and oh my God, I mean, I loved this book, and I would still actually recommend it. This is pretty good even for today's standards. In fact, most of these plots are pretty good. It's just, yeah, the covers leave much to be desired. The covers are so much better now. I mean, you guys saw those covers. Those are ridiculous. But, a lot of the plots, were pretty good for their day. But we've certainly come a long way since then. So anyway, this was my old school YA fiction video. Again, I just wanted to show you guys what we used to read, back in the olden days. So I hope you enjoyed watching, and I will see you guys soon. Thank you. Bye.